Today we are gonna learn about the most important ancient universities in India. They are listed below in this PowerPoint. Let us discuss about the most important 10 ancient universities in India. The very first one is Taxila University or Taxila University. It was the very first university to be established in the kingdom of Gandha. Here they followed Brahmanical and Buddhist education. They taught 68 subjects, and here the entry age is 16. It was not a properly centralized university, and the most important subjects taught here were the Vedas, language, um, grammar, philosophy, medicine, surgery, archery, politics, warfare, astronomy, accounts, commerce, documentation, music, dance, and other performing arts, uh, futurology, the occult, mystical sciences, complex mathematical calculations, surgery, medicine, etc. This university not only attracted scholars in India but also students from Babylon, Greece, Syria, and China. Here there was no exam system. And they followed a specialized training on the subject of Tantra, which is also called as Tantrism. Taxila was influenced on Greek culture, and the most important scholars of this university were Kautilya, who is the author of Arthashastra, on statecraft, economic policy, and military strategy, which is written in the language of Sanskrit. Kautilya is also identified as Vishnu Gupta and Chanakya. He was teacher and guardian of Emperor Chandragupta Maurya. Second scholar is Panini, uh, grammarian for Sanskrit. And the third most important scholar is Charak. His name is associated with Charak Samhita. It was on ancient Indian medicine, that is Ayurveda. And the fourth important person is Vishnu Sharma. He is the author and compiler of Panchtantra. So this is all the facts and details about Taxila University. The next university is Nalanda University. It was located in Rajgriha in Bihar. It was a Buddhist center of learning. According to a historian, the University of Nalanda was the educational center of international moral comparable in the universalism of its thought, the wide range of its studies, the international character of its community, to the greatest universities of modern time like Oxford, Cambridge, Paris, and Harvard. The university was a Buddhist center of learning from 427 CE to 1197 CE. Its campus was 1 mile in length and half a mile in width. Shilbhadra was the Kulpati or Chancellor of the university. He had studied all sutras and Shastra books. And Dwarpandi, a teacher who was the in charge for admission to the university. Here the university has 8 big halls named Samharma and the 300 study chambers. There were around 10,000 monks who stayed at Nalanda during the course of period when Wan Swang visited there. Around 10,000 students were educated and 200 professors were at Nalanda University. This university was also known for its faculty of logic. Here, the entrance examination were early once conducted, and out of the all, 3% of students will be selected out of every um, 10 students. Out of only 3 were selected, and the minimum age limit was 20 years. Here, the teaching method is about 3 most important things, that is verbal and explanatory. Second one is lecturer or lecturing method. The third one is debate. Here there is a library located called as Damaganj. It has 9 stories and it has 3 departments known as Ratnasagar, Ratnodavi, and Ratnayanik. And it is also meant for astronomical research. They had a towering observatory in the university, and it was destroyed during the 12th century BCE. Again, in the year 2010, that is, a new Nalanda University was set up in Bihar as a central university with the help from Japan, China, Thailand, Laos, Singapore, Australia by various manners. So this is about Nalanda University. And the third university is Vallabhi University. It was established by the Saurashtras of Gujarat. It is meant not only for religious education but for secular subjects such as Artha Shastra, that is economics, Niti Shastra, that is law, Chikita Shastra, that is medicine, were also taught here. And the most important subject taught here is Brahmanical sciences and Hinayana Buddhism. It was also destroyed during the 12th century CE during the invasion of Bakhtiar Khilji, and it was revived in the year 2017 by the government of India. Here, the most important scholars were Gunamati and Stiramati. So, this is about Vallabhi University, and the next university is Vikramshila University. Vikramshila University is also called as Vikramshila Vihara. It was set up by Emperor Dharmapala of Pala dynasty in the 8th century era in Bhagalpur, northern on the banks of the river Ganges. The buildings were well planned and very accommodative. Here, uh, the admission was allowed to only those who wanted to become monks or already was in the position of a monk. It has more clearly delineated hierarchy than other Mahaviharas as follows. Um, it has like about, that is Adhyaksha, 6 gate protectors or gate scholars, that is Dwarapala, one each for the western, eastern, first central, second central, northern and southern gates. Great scholars Mahapandita or Mahapandita, and scholars Pandita, roughly 108 in number. Professors or teachers Upadhyaya or Acharya, roughly 160 members in number including Pandits, and resident monks Bhikshu, roughly 1000 in number. This university was also famous for its Tibet connection. This university was later organized into 6 colleges. The central building was called as the Vigyan Bhavan. Here, the Mahastavir, who is known to be the Kulpati or Chancellor of this university. It was also destroyed during the period of 12th century BCE. So, this is all about Vikramshila University. And the fifth university is Odantapuri. It was constructed by Gopala I of Pala dynasty, which is located in Mahada, that is in Bihar. Here, 1000 monks and students were resided and received their education over here. This university not only attracted students from India but also from Tibet. Jagdala University. It was established by Pal king called Rajaram Pal of Bengal, constructed a monastery called as Jagadla. It was also destroyed during the 12th century BCE. Here the books were translated in Tibetan language. Seventh important university is Mithila University. Um, it was started during the period of Raja Janak, and it continued to flourish till the period of uh, end of Buddhism. And it was also existed during the period of Akbar. And here the major poets are Vidyapati in Hindi literature and Jaidev in Sanskrit. Besides literature, fine arts, scientific subjects were also taught here, such as Nyaya Shastra, Tarka Shastra, and Ganesha Upadhyaya founded a school of new logic called as Navya Nyaya. An epoch-making work named Tattva Chintamani had been written here. And the another important university is Nadia University. So it is located on the confluence of Ganga and Jalangi rivers in Bengal. It was formerly called as Navadvip. Um, it it has 3 important centers named as Navadvip, um, Shantipur, Navadvip, uh, Shantipur, and Gopalpura. Um, the lyrics of Gita Govind by Jayadeva reverberated here. A school of logic owes its existence to Raghunatha Shiromani. Learning and efficiency in discussions was considered to be an essential qualification of a teacher of this university called as Nadia University. And the ninth important university is Ujjain. Here they taught mathematics and astronomy. Salodgi. It was an important center of learning in Karnataka. It had 27 hostels for its students who hailed from different provinces. This college was richly endowed in 945 BCE by Narayana, the minister of Krishna III or Krishna the Third, with the revenues of houses, land, and levies on marriages and other ceremonies. The final one is Ennayiram in Tamil Nadu, provided free boarding and tuition to 340 students. Other important centers of learning in South India were Sringeri and Kanchi.